Hello, so I am going to be making Brussels sprout, chicken, and rice stir fry. So I have part of my Brussels sprouts cut up, and I need to cut up the rest. Then I have the chicken I need to cut up. It's just two breasts of chicken. This is just the Brussels sprouts I use, just the ones from Wegmans. And then I'm going to be cooking my rice in this rice cooker here. And I'll be using this big bag of basmati rice from BJ's. And so first I need to strain my rice, wash my rice off. So first I'm going to put a cup. Okay. So first I'm just going to take a cup of rice and put it in my strainer here, and then I'm just gonna rinse it until it's not like a starchy white color coming out. Okay, so once I rinsed my rice off, oh, that was dripping water everywhere. I'll put it in here. There's the rice cooker. And then I'm gonna put 2 cups of water in my rice, just from my filtered water. So once I put the 2 cups of water in here to 1 cup rice, I'll put it back in my rice cooker, and then all I have to do is plug it in. And it's kind of hard to tell here, but there's like this one light that's on warm. I'm just gonna push it down, put the top on. This is old. And now it's on cook, and it will just automatically cook, and then it'll be done in a little bit. Now I'm just gonna cut up my Brussels sprouts into quarters. I kind of already started, so I'm just gonna finish cutting these up into quarters, and then I'm gonna cut up my chicken, and then I'm gonna put the chicken in a pan and cook that. And then after that, I'm gonna put my Brussels sprouts in the pan. Okay, so now that I'm done cutting my Brussels sprouts, I'm going to just add them to, whoops, I didn't cut this one. Add them to just this bowl so I can use a cutting board to cut the chicken. Make sure I don't have any of the bottoms in here. So I just kind of put all the Brussels sprouts, even the leaves that kind of fell off when I was cutting them. I'm just throwing away the bottoms that were, they could look like this. Just the bottoms on the Brussels sprouts. Okay. So I added all of those to my bowl just to sit. And now what I'm gonna do is take my chicken here and just kind of cube up the chicken. So now I'm going to take my 2 chicken breasts here. Just kind of like this. And then I'm gonna just kind of cut them up and cube them. Cut it into strips first. So now that I have it in the strips here, I'm just gonna cut them into cubes. Then after I cut these up, I'm going to put them in my pan. And I could cook them as a whole breast first and then cut them up, but they just cook faster. It cooks faster if it's already cut up. So, so my brother's talking, sorry. Okay, so now that I have my chicken basically cut up, I'm just going to wash my hands so I can get my pan. So now I'm going to take my pan and put and then I take my coconut oil, just this big organic tub from BJ's. Take a big spoon. Kind of like a lot here. Actually, I don't want that much. Just like this much. And then go put this so I'll just put it in the pan here and turn it on about medium heat, so a 6 or a 5 on mine, and then let that cool. Can't really see anything right now. I mean, not cool, heat up, and then I hope this does not fall. Okay. Hopefully it stays. So I have my coconut oil melting. My cubed up chicken. And then I'm gonna take just some sea salt, and then I don't know where the other pepper is, so I'm just gonna use these black peppercorns. Let's see if it will light up here. Nope. Light up. And then some black peppercorns, and that was a lot of coconut oil. That's fine. Okay. That was a lot of oil. I don't think I need that much oil, but it's fine. So now I'm just gonna add to my melted coconut oil. Add my chicken to the pan. And then I'm just going to take some sea salt here and just sprinkle some on. Take my black peppercorns. What's wrong with this? I don't know what's wrong with this, but it's not okay. So, I don't know what's wrong with that. But now let's take a spatula and stir this around. And this will just cook down until it's cooked. My rice is cooking, and now I just have to wait for this to cook to start my Brussels sprouts. So the chicken is cooking. You can't really show it, but it's almost done actually. And then I'll show you what the rice looks like in the cooker. So it just kind of looks, it steams it, I guess. Okay, so I guess you can see the chicken better from this angle. And then I guess you see the Brussels sprouts. So these are almost done, this chicken. I'm just letting it cook a little bit more. And then I'm just going to set it aside once it's done. So once the chicken is done, I'm going to just set it aside in a bowl. Sure, let's put it in this dish. I'm just going to put it in this dish here. Pretty sure it's done. I'm not sure it's done. Almost, yeah. Let's see if I can get that. Okay, what is it? There we go. Much better. Okay. The lighting is very weird. I'm very sorry. It just keeps auto-correcting. So the chicken is done. So what I'm going to do is just put it in this container. I don't really have to keep it warm because I'm going to have to add it back to the pan with the rice and Brussels sprouts to put the sauce on. So I don't have to worry about it keeping it warm yet. And then I kind of already drained some of the juice that came from the chicken out of here. And it showed that, but I already did some of that. So I should probably turn the flame off. Okay. Now that I put the chicken, oh my goodness. Now that the chicken is cooked, I'm just going to use the same pan, but I'm just going to rinse it out so that it's not. So it is still kind of hot, but it's fine. just dry it off the towel. And now what I'm gonna do is I did chop up a little too many Brussels sprouts, so I'm probably not gonna use all of them, but I will use most of them. So first what I'm gonna do is add this basting oil. It's from Wegmans. It's just sunflower oil with garlic and herbs. It's really oily. So there's just stuff on the bottom, so you just shake it up. So it just kind of looks like, I wish it was better lighting. Come on. Okay, that's probably better. So I'm just gonna add, I don't really know how much, but I don't really measure anything when I cook. I just kind of cook. So just enough. My hands are really oily from that bottle. So just like that much. So I try to use different fats when I cook. So I'll use this, and then that is a bottom. I'll add most of the Brussels sprouts here to the pan to cook, not all of them. So I have a little bit left over here. My hands are very oily from the bottle. And now I'm just gonna take some olive oil and pour it over Brussels sprouts. I just like the coconut oil with the chicken because it gives it more flavor. And then I will add some sea salt, just some more sea salt. Be careful, it comes out fast. Oh, here's the pepper. And then just some ground black pepper. Just a little bit more of this basting oil. Okay. And then I'll just use the same spatula, I don't really care. Stir that up, and then I'll probably put this one on medium heat as well. So I'll let that get hot for a minute, and then what I'm gonna do, so it just looks like this, Brussels sprouts in the pan. And then this top does not go for the pan, but it covers the whole pan, so I'm just gonna use it. It's just like a top, and I'm gonna put it on top of it once it gets hot, and then kind of steam them because it only takes like 3 minutes. And so I'll just let this get hot, put the top on, and then I'll put the rice because I think the rice is almost done as well. The rice is now on warm, so it's done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug it because I need it to not be so warm, and take the top off. So you want the rice to cool a little bit before you add it to the stir fry because it's kind of mushy right now, so I want it to cool off a little bit. And I'll also take just a fork. Just kind of fluff it a little bit so it doesn't sit all together. This is so hard to do. Okay. So the Brussels sprouts are warming up, so now what I'm going to do is just put the top on it and just leave it to cook for a little bit. And then... So this is basically done. They're a little charred, but I think they taste better that way. So, got the sprouts. Yeah, they're done. Oh, okay. Now I'm just going to turn it to low, and I'm going to add the chicken back into the pan. And then here. is my rice here. I don't think this pan is big enough. Now I'm going to take my rice and just add how much I want. You can put less or more rice if you want. This is not a big pan. This one. I'm also sure to probably use a bigger pan, but I actually used the whole cup of rice in here. And now what I'm gonna do is put this Wegmans organic sesame garlic sauce. You can also use just their you can also use just this one. This one's really good as well, but I've already opened this one, so I'm gonna use this one. And just shake it, and then you can pour how much you want on. If you want less or more. It might be too much. I don't know. And then I'll just stir it. I'll just stir it up to incorporate all the chicken, Brussels sprouts, rice, and distribute the sauce throughout. Okay. Alright, and then this is done. So let me get a better angle here. So it just looks like this. And then I'll just put it in a bowl and eat it. So thank you for watching me do my nice cooking tutorial of Brussels sprout chicken and rice stir fry.